Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. I will have to apologize for the state of me today. I just got back from a huge shopping trip. I did a bunch of errands and things like that, and I have to do dinner soon. But as soon as I got home, I got into the mindset of decluttering. And there are probably other things in my makeup collection that I may want to part with down the road. But currently I have a few things in front of me and I really just need to move them out of my collection. So one of these items will change one of my project pans. And then the rest of the items are things that are just really sitting here, not being used, not getting loved. And some of them are old AF. So let's just get right into talking about it. The first thing I will share with you guys is a bunch of MAC singles. I have a ton of them, so I'll go over each individual one with you. This one is MAC Electra. It's a very beautiful color, just a nice beautiful silver, and it does still work really nicely and everything, but it's got these, like, this is a different one. This is Silver Ring, but I don't know if you can even see, but they have bumps in them. They're very well loved, but they're super, super old. But they have those bumps in them that are like, I feel like that's mold. They've been around too long. This is Night Divine. So they go from lightest to darkest. So Electra and Silver Ring, and then Night Divine goes from like lightest to darkest. And then we have Nylon, which is one of those ones that's a staple in my collection. I don't know why my camera looks super, super foggy right now, but I apologize. I do have a bunch of light coming in from outside, but I think I may need to have wiped my lens off and I don't know what's going on there, but I apologize if it's a little bit off. But this is Nylon, and this one is the reason why I started my like eyeshadow declutter with singles. It's this one right here. It's the most beautiful eyeshadow, like highlight color for your brow bone, all over the lid, inner corner, whatever. You can even use it on your high cheekbones. But I need to replace it because it's old and it's got a bunch of bumpies in it. And this one is All That Glitters. Like, these are just staples in my collection. This one's Woodwinked. So I'm going to need to make a list. Like, all of these have huge dips in them. They were just ones that were like huge staples in my collection. This is Amber Lights. Not a fan of this one. I wouldn't repurchase that one. But it is a nice color if you like that gingery shade. And then this is Carbonized, which is absolutely beautiful. Huge dip in the middle you can see there. I could be potentially close to hitting pan on that one. And this is MAC Lucky Green, which is one of my favorite shades from MAC. It's beautiful. But those need to go because they have the bumpies in them and I don't want them anymore. This next single is the one that I made myself. What do you call it? Franken did. And I hate it. I truly, truly, truly hate it. It's not a terrible color, but I just never wear this color and I just feel like it's so dull. When I look at it, I just feel like it's super dull. So I will be removing that out of whatever project pan that was in because I don't want it anymore. Now, we're on to fuller size items. I'm going to go over my eyeshadow palettes that I'm decluttering first. The first one is the Vice 2 from Urban Decay. I love this packaging. I love that it has the push button opening and the hydraulic opening. These huge mirrors, I love it. No, I don't take the cellophane off. I don't know why. I had depotted a couple of shadows from here, but I put them back in because I don't want to keep them. These are just too old. They're too old. They have all the dots in them. The thing that makes my heart hurt is the shade right here, which is like one of the first duochromes I ever had in my collection. And then the silver is like, I'll actually swatch it for you guys. It's like no other silver I've ever used ever. It legit looks like complete silver. I could have done a Tin Man look for Halloween all over my face and I still would have had a shit ton of eyeshadow left. So I might sneeze. Actually, I'm going to grab a tissue just in case. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. I apologize. These are like dusty and crusty, so oh my gosh. And then having the window open, yeah. So Vice 2 is going. The next is now I can't remember. I think this is Vice 3. So this one is going as well. And I have depotted just a few shades out of here that I really wanted to use. The rest are going. I don't want any of these other ones. They are very, like I said, dusty, crusty, just falling apart, powdery. And then Vice 3. This was my Size Matters Pan That palette. So I will do an update. So you'll see this probably one more time if you watch that video. But I've since changed my Pan That palette. I have a hit pan on one eyeshadow, and my potential was to hit pan on another one. This one is actually supposed to be here, and this one is supposed to be a green eyeshadow. I have depotted just the green eyeshadow out of this because everything else is just, it's so dusty, and it's not even like eyeshadow anymore. It's like literal dust, kick up, powder. That's it. Like it's just not good. It's not good, so it's going. And the last eyeshadow palette that I will be decluttering is the Violet Voss Pro eyeshadow palette in hashtag. And I've never even used it. I purchased it and I never even used it, I don't think. Not even a single time. So I don't have any use for it. I think some of the eyeshadows are absolutely beautiful in here. And I love that it has a row of like brow bone, like transition shades, outer corner, and then like a row of each color monochromatic. I love that. It's just not for me. I have so many eyeshadows in my collection that have that shade, like the shade range, and it's so hard to store. Like it's just at that size where it's too tall for the 9 drawer and it's kind of short for where I put my larger palettes. So I'm going to pass it along. And I'm actually considering passing along my Flamingo palette, but I am going to give that one another chance because I love that color story. But that one will go. I have a few more items in front of me here that I'm just going to mention. This little Visine bottle, I'm almost done. You can't even really see that there's much left in there. It is so old, it expired March 2021. Excuse me. I also have my MAC Accentuate and Sculpt Duo. Now, if I was smart, I would have used this a long time ago. This was from like 2013, something like that. This one right here is the most beautiful contour shade. It is so stunning. Let's see if I can even share with you there. It is so stunning. Such a beautiful contour shade. And then this Accentuate is a little too rosy for me. It actually looks pretty good there, but it's a little too rosy tone for my skin shade. It's very peachy. I guess I would call it more peachy than, I'm a little more olive based, so I need more yellowy. So this one will be going as well. It's in really good condition. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no bubbling or molding or anything like that. It's just, I already have this in, where is it? Where is my, so I actually have it in this. First of all, I have Sculpt here in a single. And then I also have it in this palette, Accentuate and Sculpt. So I don't even need this other one. I have 3 sculpts and I've barely even made a dent in any of them. So there's no point in, everything's all over the place. There's no point in me hanging on to this. So I'll be giving that away. Now I have just 3 more things. This is the Milani Trio highlighter. This is way too white for me. This is just a little too deep, and this is way too dark. So this would be good in summer, but I don't know. I'd have to be like extra pale for this one. I could combine them, but I have way too many highlights. So this one will be leaving my collection. And then I'm really sad to say this, but I'm getting rid of MAC Superb. Now, the only reason I'm doing that is because I've had this for a few years. It isn't super, super old, and I've gotten quite a decent amount of use on it, but it's just that shade that it looks nice when it's being reflected on, but as soon as you turn it, you could see it's too dark for me, you know? And I don't want to hang on to something that I could use in the summer when I have so many other things that I already reach for, and usually I just go for a more golden one anyway. So as much as it pains me, because I absolutely love this, I just like, this looks perfect. It matches my skin shade when it's like being shined on, and as soon as the reflection is gone, it just looks like I have a smear on my skin. And I don't want that, so I will be passing that along. And last but not least, my Natasha Denona Blush Duo. And this is in the shade Palette number 10. Strange name. Very, very beautiful. Weighty, really nice packaging. I think it's gorgeous. I'm just a little too deep for this. I've only swatched it, but I can tell this one is going to be way too bright for me, and I guess you could combine them. This is a nice shade, but I have this in my collection like 15 times over. And then this one I wouldn't use. So I'm just going to pass it along to someone who would use it. So that's everything, I believe, that I have in my collection to declutter. I just wanted to make sure that I got this up and out. So again, I apologize for the state. I look like a hot mess. It's because I've been decluttering in my house, getting rid of things, trying to, you know, clean up my mudroom, go through all my beauty stuff and try and make some room in here and get rid of the things that I'm really not using or things that it's just really time for them to go. But that's everything. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to, please don't forget to like and subscribe or leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate that. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.